Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Wiley here. In today's video, I want to talk about the phrase vote with your money because this is something that you've already heard me say, and I'm probably going to be saying a lot more of it in my future videos. So I kind of just wanted to dedicate one video talking about it, kind of just to give you my opinions on it and how I arrived at that. So this is something that I'm kind of tell in a story form. Maybe it's a little bit easier to understand. At least it will be entertaining. So the phrase vote with your money, all that really means is be very sure you want to support that company or country with your money because it really matters nowadays. And I'm talking about whether it's in your country or internationally. We really need to be careful what companies and what countries we want to fund because there are definitely a lot of bad actors out there. Now, the list of companies or countries that you are willing to support, it could be different from mine, and it's something that you kind of have to work out for yourself. I'll definitely give you my opinions on the companies and countries that I'm willing to support, but if you have different ones, definitely leave in the comments below. As long as you keep it civil, we can always agree to disagree. Some of this stuff will be controversial, I understand that, but I feel like it's really important to talk about these subjects because we're just at a time when we really need to do this. So let's go ahead and get into the story of how I arrived at this. So in the United States of America, we are definitely workaholics here. We're always constantly working to one thing or another. My job has been keeping me super busy, but around 2019, I really wanted to build a YouTube channel. I wanted to build my own community, share my thoughts with you, and that's what I was doing. That's kind of where I was headed, and I was having a lot of success, which encouraged me even more. So I was definitely working towards those goals. And like most Americans, we kind of ignore politics. We kind of ignore geopolitical events because we're working really hard. We want to be able to be successful at what we're doing. And sometimes we just ignore what's going around us. This was definitely me in 2019 and even going into 2020. So when we started getting news about, other events like China and stuff, I kind of ignored it. That's just being honest with you. But then when Hong Kong started popping up, when they were fighting for their rights, when I watched that, honestly, I was offended, but this is American offended I'm talking about. So what I do, I just kind of retweeted it, maybe posted a comment here and there. But honestly, I really didn't do anything in terms of trying to help out because they're half a world away. What can I do? I mean, that's what I was thinking. But then things started to progress. It didn't really get any better. It kept constantly being in the news. So it was always in the back of my head, but I still wasn't doing anything. It really wasn't until I heard the story that the NBA refused to let you print free Hong Kong on their jerseys, and it became this very viral story in which everybody was covering it. And about that time when I saw that video, I said, whoa, time out. Something is really wrong. And you have to understand something. Here in America, sports is a national pastime, but it is probably the closest thing to being a religion without it being a religion. It's just a way for us to kind of get away from everything. I'm not much of an NBA person, but I am a NFL or National Football League or American football person. And while the NBA did censor that, in other words, you couldn't type free Hong Kong, the NFL did something almost the same, which is they restricted it to a 10-character limit, which honestly amounted to the same thing. So just continuing with that story, with the outrage that was going on, they called it a technical glitch. And the way that they fixed that technical glitch was they removed that feature from the website. So you can no longer create custom jerseys. This was a feature that has been around for years, makes them a lot of money, but the only way to solve this technical glitch was to remove it from the website. Not to mention that on that same website, all of these huge sports leagues, they all use the same manufacturer. You can literally flip to another sport and they allow you to use that same feature. It was only the NBA that removed that feature because of the controversy. Honestly, at that point, I mean, it kind of crossed the line to where I was interested. I wasn't outraged or anything, but it was enough to where I started paying attention. I actually started doing my own research. I started reading up on events going around in the country and also geopolitically around the world. And you start figuring out there's a lot wrong with the world. Now, just speaking about this and listening to myself, it sounds kind of ridiculous that a sports story finally got me riled up enough to where I was actually willing to do something, but I'm just telling you the truth. But at this point, I was connected enough to know that I really need to rethink what I was doing on YouTube, because at this point, am I just going to be another YouTuber that's just going to be out there pushing gear to try to make a buck? Am I really making the world a better place? And these were the questions that I was trying to think through, and I really didn't know how to handle it. And I think you've kind of seen that throughout the weeks as I was trying to figure out what to do with this YouTube channel and where I want to be. And at this point, I kind of know where I want to be, and this is the reason why I'm making this video right now, is to kind of explain like my journey into like getting to this place. I'm kind of creating these type of videos because if I can just get 1 or 2 people even to start thinking about this, I'm not trying to convince you one way or another, but I think you really need to start thinking about this and where you're going to be spending your money, because it's going to affect you sooner rather than later. So hopefully that was understandable and at least a little bit entertaining. Again, I am more than happy to talk to you about it in the comments below. Just keep it civil, don't attack each other, because once you do that, you're kind of out of here. If you don't like what I say, there's a very simple way to solve that. Just go ahead, unsubscribe, and go find a new community that you actually enjoy being with. That's all I want to cover for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.